If you are currently receiving SNAP benefits, today's update may be one of the most important messages you hear this year. The Trump administration has ordered a nationwide SNAP re-verification sweep, and millions of Americans may be required to reapply or confirm their eligibility in the coming weeks. This doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean your benefits are automatically in danger. But it does mean every household on SNAP needs to pay attention, because failing to act could result in delayed benefits, temporary interruptions, or even losing assistance without realizing why. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know in a calm, clear, and honest way. What this new order means, who must reapply, why the government is doing this, and what steps you should take right now to protect your benefits. Let's slow down and unpack this one-on-one, like someone who genuinely cares about your future, your family, and your food security. The first big question: what exactly happened? The Trump administration has officially directed federal and state agencies to conduct a nationwide re-verification review of SNAP recipients. According to the administration, SNAP fraud has risen significantly in recent years. States have reported increases in identity theft, EBT card skimming, duplicate accounts, and fraudulent applications created using stolen personal data. Some cases involve organized fraud rings. Others involve individuals exploiting loopholes. These issues have put pressure on state agencies and stirred public concerns about program integrity. Because of this, the administration says the best solution is a system-wide re-verification process, meaning millions of households may be asked to confirm their identity, income, and household information again. Now, let's take a moment to breathe. This is not the first time re-verification has happened. States already require recertification every 6 to 12 months. What's new is the scale and speed. Instead of the usual staggered timeline, this order accelerates re-verification nationwide. Think of it like a mass audit or a deep cleaning of the system. Again, this isn't about blaming individuals, it's about checking the system. Many people want to know, who exactly has to reapply? The answer depends on your state, your recertification timeline, and whether your case was flagged for additional review. But based on early state guidance, the groups most likely to be asked to re-verify include households whose documents are expired, incomplete, inconsistent, or outdated. Households with recent changes in income or address may also be flagged. And people who have not recertified in the last 6 months are more likely to be included in the first wave. However, the administration has made it clear that eventually most SNAP households will go through some form of identity or eligibility recheck during this nationwide sweep. Some people will need to fully reapply, while others will only need to provide 1 or 2 updated documents. A smaller number may only need to confirm their identity through their state's online portal. You might be asking yourself, why do millions have to reapply if only a small percentage committed fraud? And that is a fair, human question. Here is the honest explanation. Fraud detection isn't perfect. When a program serves over 40 million people, it becomes harder for the system to identify which cases are truly at risk. Identity theft makes it worse. Many innocent people have had their accounts compromised. Many seniors have had their EBT cards skimmed while shopping. Many low-income families have lost benefits after someone stole their information online. Because of these challenges, the administration believes a full sweep is the safest way to reset the system, verify identity, and protect legitimate recipients. Let me give you a real example that state workers shared anonymously. A mother in Texas noticed that her SNAP balance suddenly dropped to 0. She panicked. She hadn't used the card. She hadn't shared her PIN. When she called the agency, they found her benefits had been stolen through a skimming device at a grocery store. She had to reapply, provide proof all over again, and wait for reimbursement. Another case involved a senior in Florida who had two SNAP accounts opened using his name and social security number. One was real, his. The other was fraud. The system couldn't tell them apart. This is the type of chaos nationwide re-verification is meant to address. Now let's talk about consequences, the part most people worry about. What happens if you don't re-verify? The simple truth is that your benefits may be paused or reduced if you do nothing. In most states, failing to respond to a re-verification notice triggers an automatic suspension. SNAP systems are highly automated. If paperwork isn't received on time, the system assumes you are no longer eligible or not cooperating. In some cases, the system sends only one notice by mail, and if the mail is delayed or goes to an old address, you may not even know you missed the deadline. This is why the most important thing you can do right now is to check your mail, your email, your text notifications, and your online account. Log in to your state's benefits portal. Many states are already posting alerts in people's accounts, even before mailing letters. If your state offers an app, download it. Turn on notifications. If you moved recently or changed apartments, update your address immediately. Many people lose benefits simply because letters go to the wrong address. Let's take a moment to talk about groups who may struggle the most during this re-verification wave. Seniors who are not comfortable with technology, people with disabilities, low-income families who do not have stable housing, people working multiple jobs who cannot easily take time off to submit documents, individuals who rely on public computers or libraries, and households where English is not the first language. These groups are at a much higher risk of losing benefits simply because the process is complicated, not because they're ineligible. If you fall into one of these groups, or if someone in your family does, now is the time to prepare. Gather your documents, keep copies, write down deadlines, ask for help if needed. Most states have hotlines, SNAP caseworkers, community organizations, and local non-profits that can assist. You are not alone in this process, and you do not need to navigate it blindly. Another question a lot of people have is whether benefits will be delayed nationwide because of this order. The short answer is yes, delays may happen. When millions of people are required to update documents in a short time, caseworkers become overwhelmed. Phone lines get busy. Processing times slow down. Some households may experience temporary gaps in benefits, especially if their verification is pending or incomplete. That's why submitting your documents early is incredibly important. The earlier you act, the lower your risk of disruption. Now let's turn to what you can do. Practical, immediate steps to protect your SNAP benefits. First, make a list of documents you will likely need. These include a government ID, proof of address, proof of income, and information about everyone in your household. Second, log into your state portal and check for notifications. Third, keep physical copies and digital copies of every document you submit. Fourth, submit everything early, not at the last minute. Fifth, if your state offers the option, schedule an appointment with a caseworker. Sixth, keep track of all deadlines. Write them on your calendar, set phone reminders, or tape a note to your refrigerator. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This nationwide re-verification effort is not just about fraud. It is part of a larger shift in how public assistance programs operate. States are moving towards stricter identity verification systems, more frequent checks, and advanced fraud detection technology. That means the future of SNAP is moving toward becoming stricter, but more secure. And while the intention may be to protect the program, the burden of paperwork often falls hardest on people who are already struggling. Before we end, I want to speak to you sincerely. If you're someone who depends on SNAP to put food on the table, if you're a senior stretching every dollar, if you're a single mother working 2 jobs, if you're a disabled American navigating a complicated system, this re-verification order may feel stressful, overwhelming, or unfair. You might feel like you're being judged or punished for something you didn't do. But I want you to hear this clearly. You are not the problem. Fraudsters are the problem. People who steal identities are the problem. The system is trying to sort truth from chaos, and sometimes that means innocent people get caught in frustrating processes. That is not right, but it is reality. And knowledge is the tool that helps you stay one step ahead. You've worked hard. You've survived struggles many people never see. You're doing your best, and you deserve stability, clarity, and respect. SNAP is not a handout. It is a lifeline, a bridge, a support system for millions of honest Americans who simply need help with food security in a difficult economy. If this video helped you understand what's happening, and if you want honest, clear, and human-centered updates about SNAP, Social Security, Medicare, the US economy, and cost of living changes, subscribe to the channel. Share your situation in the comments. Tell me whether you've received a re-verification notice yet, and from which state you're watching. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. And your future deserves clarity, not confusion. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and stay prepared for the next update. I'll see you in the next video.